Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now. If you've been paying close attention to what's happening around the Eagles this offseason, you know that the team is always looking to bolster its roster, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And this latest move, or rather this latest signing, really speaks volumes about the direction Philadelphia is heading in. Eagles have made a strategic decision that could have long-term implications for their Super Bowl ambitions, and it revolves around adding a player with a wealth of experience and a proven track record in pass rushing. We're talking about none other than Matthew Judon, a name that has been synonymous with relentless pressure and high-level production in recent years. This signing comes at a crucial time for the Eagles, especially considering the recent roster adjustments and the overall health of their defensive front. You see, earlier in the offseason, the Eagles made a bold move by trading away Bryce Huff. Now, why did they do that? Well, it was primarily to avoid any potential locker room drama, which can sometimes derail team chemistry. But as a consequence of that decision, they lost some depth in their edge rushing room. And that's a problem because, as we all know, pass rushers are the heartbeat of a dominant defense. They set the tone, create chaos for quarterbacks, and can really swing the momentum of a game. So, with Bryce Huff gone, the Eagles are now relying heavily on Nolan Smith to lead their edge rush. Nolan Smith, the promising young linebacker, has shown flashes of brilliance, but he's still relatively unproven at this level. Outside of him, the depth chart includes Jalix Hunt, Azeez Ojulari, and Josh Uch. And while these players have potential, their experience and consistency aren't quite at the level the Eagles need to compete at the highest stage. It's a situation that calls for a veteran presence, someone who can not only contribute immediately, but also elevate the entire pass rush unit. That's where Matthew Judon comes into the picture. Judon remains a free agent at the moment, and why is that? Well, it's partly because he's coming off a season with the Atlanta Falcons that was, to put it mildly, not his best. He finished with 25 pressures and 6 sacks, which might sound decent but was actually a step back from what he's been capable of in previous years. For context, in 2022, Judon put up a remarkable 17 sacks and 69 pressures, numbers that made him one of the top edge rushers in the league. So, what happened? Why the dip in production? It's believed that Judon was working back from a torn bicep he suffered in 2023, and that definitely impacted his performance. Plus, he might not have fully fit into the Falcons' defensive scheme, which can sometimes hinder a player's ability to showcase his full skill set. But here's the thing, Judon's talent is undeniable. He's a player who can bend the edge, generate pressure, and disrupt plays in a way that's hard to block. And with the Eagles now adopting a scheme under defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, Judon could rediscover that high level of play that made him so feared in the past. Fangio's defense is known for its complex blitz packages and creative front seven schemes, which could be the perfect environment for Judon to thrive again. He would bring a veteran edge to a young and somewhat untested group, providing leadership and stability. And let's not forget the scheme fit that makes the Eagles an ideal landing spot for Judon. Their defensive line rotation is designed to keep players fresh throughout the game and the season, allowing Judon to be at his best without burning out. That's crucial for a player trying to regain his form after injury and a less-than-ideal season. With a rotation that includes Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, and Azeez Ojulari, Judon could complement these younger players perfectly, forming a formidable pass-rushing trio that can cause quarterbacks nightmares. Now, one of the really interesting aspects of this potential signing is the reunion that could happen with Josh Uch. Remember, Uch is a former teammate from the New England Patriots, and the chemistry between these two edge rushers could be a game-changer for the Eagles' defense. Having Judon and Uch together again, especially in a scheme that emphasizes aggressive pass rushes and multiple looks, could elevate the entire defensive front. It's a synergy that the Eagles are likely counting on, especially as they look to improve their pass rush from last season's performance. Thinking about Judon's fit in Philadelphia, it's easy to see why this would be a no-brainer for the team's front office. The Eagles have been consistently competitive, and their window for a Super Bowl run is still open. Adding a player like Judon, who has the skill, experience, and pedigree, could be the missing piece for a defense that's already been solid but needs that extra edge, literally, to take it to the next level. The Eagles have a rich history of valuing experienced players who can make an immediate impact, and Judon fits that mold perfectly. Furthermore, this signing would send a clear message to the rest of the NFC East. The Eagles aren't just resting on their laurels, they're actively upgrading and pushing to stay ahead of their rivals. The division has become increasingly competitive, with teams like the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants also making moves to bolster their rosters. But Philadelphia is showing that they're not afraid to go after top-tier talent to keep their crown. Judon's presence on the field could also serve as a motivating factor for the entire defense, inspiring younger players to elevate their game and learn from a seasoned pro. Looking ahead to the season, if Judon joins the Eagles, the expectations skyrocket. Fans are already excited about the potential improvements to their pass rush, but this move could really unlock a new level of dominance. The Eagles' defense, which was already pretty good last year, could become elite with Judon in the mix, especially if he recaptures his form from 2022. And that's not just idle speculation. Judon's track record suggests he's capable of returning to that Pro Bowl level, especially under Fangio's scheme, which emphasizes speed, agility, and creative pressure schemes. And let's not forget, the Eagles aren't just thinking about this season. They're building a roster that's sustainable, competitive, and capable of contending for multiple years. Adding a veteran like Judon, who can mentor the younger players, helps solidify their defensive core for the future. It's a move that aligns perfectly with Philly's championship mindset, always aiming to maximize their chances and put a team on the field that can withstand the best defenses in the league. So, in summary, the Eagles are making a calculated move here, and it could pay huge dividends. Judon's proven production, combined with his experience and the scheme fit, makes him a prime target for Philadelphia. This could be the move that pushes their defense over the top, giving them that extra edge in close games and playoff battles. The NFC East is already shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in recent memory, and the Eagles are clearly playing to win, upgrading their roster with strategic signings like Judon. Fans should be excited because this is exactly the kind of move that can make a difference between a good season and a great one, even a Super Bowl-winning campaign. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Do you think adding Matthew Judon will be the boost your team needs to finally get back to the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Eagles. Remember, this season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and every move counts. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Birds.